Under the presidency of Egypt, the African Union Peace and Security Council issued two statements in support of Somalia and Sudan. The African Union Council issued two statements regarding the two ministerial meetings held to discuss the developments in both the Federal Republic of Somalia and the Republic of Sudan. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the International Cooperation stated that the two statements were adopted under the Egyptian presidency of the Council, reflecting Egypt's active role in supporting the African peace and security architecture and its commitment to strengthening the joint coordination to address the crises on the continent. The statements addressed the latest political and security developments in the two countries and ways to support the national efforts aimed at restoring stability, strengthening state institutions, and preserving their unity and territorial integrity. The Council also emphasized the importance of respecting the sovereignty of the states and the non-interference in the internal affairs, and the necessity of intensifying the regional and the international support to address the root causes of the crises and achieve sustainable security.
Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati emphasized Egypt's support for efforts to develop the institutional performance of the Union, as it is considered an important step towards enhancing human resources management in the Black Continent. This came during his meeting with the Director General of the African Union Commission, Fathallah Sijil Massi, on the sidelines of AU summit meetings, as Abdulati expressed Egypt's keenness on benefiting from the volunteers program in the AU, as well as providing the Commission with the Egyptian qualified to contribute to the various activities in the Union. Abdulati added that it is significant to maximize the benefits of the African Union membership in the G20 to contribute to strengthening the continent bias within the international economic platforms, advancing African development priorities, and mobilizing necessary funding for mega projects and enhancing economic integration and investment on the African continent.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdulati expressed Egypt's aspiration to promote the trade and investment between Egypt and the Central African Republic, particularly in the fields of energy, transportation, construction and pharmaceutical industries. This came during the foreign ministers' meeting with the counterpart of the Central African Republic, Selvi Baipo Timon, on the sidelines of the African Union meetings in the Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa. Abdulati stressed Egypt's significant participation in the United Nations Integrated Stabilization Mission in the Central African Republic, the MINUSCA. The foreign minister confirmed Egypt's support for building cadres and capacities in the African countries. Regarding the development in Sudan, Abdulati discussed Egypt's firm stance supporting the unity, territorial integrity and the preservation of its national institutions, stressing the importance of reaching a comprehensive ceasefire and launching an inclusive political process that would put Sudan on the path of stability and reconstruction.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdulati affirmed the significance of strengthening continental coordination in Africa in the fields of achieving food security and supporting agricultural value chains. This came during Abdulati's meeting with the African Union Commissioner for Agriculture, Rural Development, Blue Economy and Sustainable Development, Musa Felikait, on the sidelines of the African Union meetings. Foreign Minister expressed Egypt's readiness to share its national expertise in land reclamation, digital transformation applications in the agriculture sector and sustainable development to achieve the goals of 2063 agenda.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdulati stressed the importance of enhancing the economic cooperation and increasing the volume of trade and investment between Egypt and Gambia, while involving the private sector in supporting trade between the two sides. This came during Foreign Minister Abdul Ati's meeting with the Gambian counterpart Serine Modo Nijay on the sidelines of the African Union Summit. Abdul Ati affirmed Egypt's readiness to meet the Gambian side's needs, particularly in the fields of construction, energy and infrastructure, in addition to promoting security and development cooperation. Foreign Minister Abdul Ati also confirmed Egypt's keenness on continuing the implementation of the capacity building and training programs and the academic cooperation between the University of Gambia and Al-Azhar University in various fields.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdulati reiterated Egypt's firm support for the unity, sovereignty, territorial integrity and also the preservation of national institutions of Sudan. This came during Abdulati's meeting with the British Minister of State for International Development and African Affairs, Janet Chapman. Meanwhile, Foreign Minister Abdulati asserted the necessity to support the unity and sovereignty of Somalia. He also reviewed the ongoing preparations for the deployment of Egyptian forces within the African Union mission for support and stability of Somalia and the Horn of Africa. Also, Minister Chapman stressed the United Kingdom interest in continuing coordination with Egypt on regional issues, especially in Sudan, Somalia and the Sahel region.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdulati conducted a phone call with the Pakistani counterpart Muhammad Ishaq Dar. The call discussed the arrangements for convening the peace meeting scheduled to be held in Washington, as well as the Arab and the Islamic coordination currently underway in preparation for the meeting, particularly with regards to implementing all the items of the U.S. President Donald Trump's peace plan. Abdulati stressed the importance of continued consultation and coordination during the upcoming phase to address the various crises witnessed in the region. He also confirmed that the de-escalation and reducing tensions represent a top priority in order to preserve the security and stability of the region.
In another phone call, Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati discussed with his Jordanian counterpart Ayman Safadi the developed situations in the Gaza Strip in the framework of continuing consultations and mutual concern. Two ministers stressed the significance of adhering to the implementation of the second phase of U.S. President Donald Trump's peace plan and guarantee the flow of humanitarian aid without obstacles. They also assured support to the National Committee for the Administration of Gaza. The top diplomats discussed readiness to hold the Security Council meeting in Washington to assure a comprehensive implementation for the U.S. plan, affirming their support to the U.S. President Trump's stance that totally rejects the annexation of the West Bank. Two ministers also reviewed some regional issues, stressing the significance of escalation in the region through political solutions and coordination among Arab states to confront the current challenges.